$50 million. Like, I don't know. It's one of my who knows? Who gives a shit? Where did most of the money go? Houses or
planes? It's stupid shit. It was fun.
Because of the of boxing. Just
also
like
money.
Just like but I don't even think he don't need any money.
He spends so much money.
And also has gotten really into NFTs.
And if you in the NFT world and you betting on me, you will never lose. But what I need you to do right now, go get Mayweather. That's my new NFT. I've been working on that for months.
Joe Rogan and Mike Tyson have both publicly raised questions about the financial stability of Floyd Mayweather Jr., pointing to his continued involvement in exhibition fights and his well-known extravagant lifestyle. They suggest that despite claims of major investments, like the reported $42 million deal, ongoing allegations, controversies, and rumors of financial strain paint a more complicated picture. Their comments have fueled growing speculation that Mayweather's wealth might not be as solid as it appears on the surface. However, it's important to remember that much of this narrative is driven by opinions, media reports, and public perception rather than fully confirmed financial details, leaving the true state of his finances open to debate.
How do you feel about Floyd, though?
Huh?
How do you feel about
Awesome
Floyd?
fighter, great fighter. You know, he's a little too into himself. You know, he should be. I was the same way too, but you have to come to reality some way. You have to bring your head down to God. We're nothing to be fucking arrogant. You expect us to be ignorant and arrogant. Look where we came from.
That's why I asked the question earlier about you mentoring fighters, because I feel like Floyd looked at you growing up like every other fighter. And the persona and the lifestyle was like, growing up in the hood, we looked at it like, that's Mike Tyson. We see the cars, the jewelry, the flair. Like you was a movie star. You was a hero.
I didn't see that.
Tell me, so like, what's the difference now from like your era to today?
No one was afraid of anyone. Everyone really believed they can beat him.
But it's a business, more business, it's more money than everybody.
Floyd Mayweather changed the game up and when he turned into the pretty boy.
Yeah, that was cool too. But he had to get in that ring and fight too. He had to fight the best competitor. He wiped everybody out. And that's why he's who he is. He beat everybody. He beat everybody I thought would give him a chance. He's wiped everybody out. Nobody can even match him. The best. He didn't pick guys. He took the best. Even the guys I picked against him, he beat everybody, made everybody wrong.
Right.
And that's why he's who he is.
Mike Tyson has voiced concern over the post-retirement choices of Floyd Mayweather Jr., particularly his continued training and return to the ring for exhibition bouts. Tyson suggested that these actions don't reflect a simple love for boxing, but may instead point to financial motivation. From his perspective, a fighter of Mayweather's legacy, who retired undefeated, shouldn't need to keep stepping back into the spotlight. He implied that doing so for money could risk diminishing the image of a champion who once stood at the very top of the sport, raising questions about whether these moves are preserving or quietly undermining that legacy.
You don't think there's an opportunity to land a big punch on Floyd?
Let me tell you something about Floyd. This is what I don't like about him either. No matter whatever we say about him, and it could be true, but he's in that gym. He's a rat.
Yeah.
He retired, but he stayed in the gym. He can't help it. It's just he don't do drugs. That's his heroin. The gym.
Someone told me this. They say he does not. He doesn't have a vice. Yeah. He doesn't have a vice.
No, he does. The gym.
The gym.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. made headlines after reports surfaced about his acquisition of 6 commercial buildings valued at around $42 million. On the surface, the move appears to signal a shift toward long-term financial planning, suggesting that he may be focusing more on building stable assets rather than just maintaining a flashy lifestyle. However, critics see it differently. Some view this purchase as a strategic response to growing criticism about his spending habits, a way to reinforce the image of a savvy investor rather than just a high-profile spender. Whether it's a genuine shift in financial mindset or simply a calculated move to reshape public perception, the investment has definitely added a new layer to the ongoing conversation about Mayweather's financial strategy.
We got two more deals I want to get into. Floyd Mayweather just did a big deal. It's a short one, so let's get into that. Floyd Mayweather Jr. just bought $402 million in a real estate portfolio. That's dope. That's super dope. It says the retired boxer has gone into contract to pay $402 million for a 1,000 unit affordable housing portfolio of more than 60 buildings. $402 million, Floyd got 60 buildings. The multifamily deal for properties concentrated in Upper Manhattan will be one of the city's biggest this year. A slice of the portfolio closed Wednesday. The remainder is expected to close in the fourth quarter or early 2025. That's dope. Floyd just spent $400 million and got a thousand units and 60 buildings.
Rogan weighed in on Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s exhibition fights, suggesting they may be less about passion for boxing and more about maintaining an extremely expensive lifestyle. According to Rogan, these appearances could be driven by financial obligations rather than pure competitive spirit or personal ambition. His comments add to the growing narrative that Mayweather's post-retirement career choices might be influenced by the need to sustain his high-spending image, rather than simply staying connected to the sport he once dominated.
Exhibition. So that's what's interesting is Floyd's making more money than anybody, and he's boxing people who have no chance of beating him, and he's doing it as an exhibition. It doesn't even hurt his record.
Because of the drug of boxing. Just
also
like
money.
But I don't even think he don't need any money. He
spends so much money.
Yeah, but he don't need any. Floyd,
are you sure?
Yeah, Floyd good.
I bet if he's playing for the future, you got to keep it coming in if you're going to keep spending the way he spends.
Yeah, but I think he has a lot of other business interests that he can get money from.
Hopefully.
And not just boxing. But it's the drug of getting. Floyd still trains when he doesn't have a.
Joe Rogan also highlighted that Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s blockbuster fight against Conor McGregor was a highly calculated business move. After initially retiring, Mayweather returned to the ring for that mega event and reportedly secured around $100 million, making it one of the most lucrative fights of his career. While the bout was undeniably a massive financial success, many, including Rogan, viewed it as a clear example of prioritizing profit over true competitive challenge, reinforcing the idea that Mayweather's decisions are often driven by business strategy as much as, if not more than, sporting ambition.
Okay, so your new contract, you wanted no extensions. That's one thing.
Yeah,
makes sense.
That's one thing.
Okay, what was one of them? The ability to box?
One of them was the ability to box. They said that wasn't an option. Boxing is dead. It's not possible. This and that.
Now, what does that feel like to you, knowing that Conor McGregor did it and fought Floyd Mayweather and made $100 million?
Gentlemen, let's do this. Nah, a bitch, nigga, that's that shit I don't like. Nah, sneak this that's that shit I don't like.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. is widely known for his unapologetic pride, often placing himself alongside boxing's greatest names while emphasizing his own undefeated record and achievements. While that level of confidence is normal for elite athletes, his style of self-promotion often goes a step further, coming across as arrogance to many viewers. This approach has created a mixed public image. On one hand, he's respected for his discipline and dominance in the ring, but on the other, his constant focus on wealth and superiority can distance fans and attract ongoing criticism from media and critics alike.
Still waiting? Well, I think I'm separated now. You know, I don't think there's no boxer in history that has accomplished what I've accomplished. Not bragging or boasting, just speaking the truth. I take my hat off to a lot of legendary champions, you know, that paved the way for me to be where I'm at in the sport of boxing. But that was their era, and this is my era. Had tremendous career. And we got young fighters that's on the rise, that's under our banner. The ultimate goal is to find the next Floyd Mayweather that can break my records.
Snoop Dogg offered an interesting perspective by drawing a clear distinction between being rich and being truly wealthy when talking about Floyd Mayweather Jr. In his view, having a lot of money doesn't automatically mean long-term financial security. Snoop suggested that while Mayweather has undeniably earned massive amounts throughout his career, his focus appears to lean more toward visible luxury, cars, jewelry, and lifestyle, rather than building sustainable, lasting wealth. The idea is simple but sharp. Being rich is about what you have now, while being wealthy is about what you keep and grow over time. His take adds another layer to the ongoing debate, hinting that Mayweather's public image may prioritize appearance and status more than long-term financial stability.
Where did you get that business sense? Because you surpassed everybody in boxing and sports and everything in general. I'm watching you as like, you bigger than the NFL franchise.
You know, every time I got around my billionaire buddies, I was more like, it's cool to come over your house, but I need a house like this. It's cool to ride on your yacht, but I need a yacht like this. It's cool to ride on your jet, but I want a jet like this. And I said, no, I don't want to ride on yours. You show me how to get it. You can't be my friend if you can't show me how to get it. Once they show me how to get it, then I can install it in my children.
It's a bloodline thing.
Yes, it's about wealth. You know, I'm no longer rich, I'm wealthy.
Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s constant comparisons to boxing legends have played a big role in building his brand, but they've also attracted plenty of criticism. While self-belief is crucial in the sport, his reluctance to show humility, even after retirement, has, for some fans, shifted admiration into frustration. At the same time, Mayweather has openly admitted that his business mindset revolves around taking risks. He said he prefers investing in ventures that most people don't fully understand, seeing them as opportunities for fast and significant returns. While that approach can sometimes lead to big wins, critics argue it also comes with serious downsides. Many view this high-risk strategy as reckless rather than strategic, suggesting it reflects a lack of traditional financial planning. Combined with his public persona and spending habits, it continues to fuel debate about whether his approach is bold entrepreneurship or gamble that could backfire.
Experiences. And with me being able to make a lot of money, I'm able to bring my team as well as my family around the world so they can experience different things.
Something you said earlier, Floyd, it really fascinated me, and it gave me an insight that you really learned about money. Is you said in real estate, you got to know what to do on a small scale first.
Yes.
And then you went big. And is that because you don't want to take massive risk because you want to be smart with your money?
Well, like you don't go out there and work extremely hard for so many years and then take every dime you got and just put it into something that you don't know about.
Well, a lot of people do, don't they? I mean,
and a majority of the time you get bad results. 90% of the time you get bad results. Just like boxing.
Mayweather Jr. frequently uses social media to showcase stacks of cash and images of bank statements as a symbol of success. While some fans see this as confidence and transparency, others interpret it as unnecessary and overly excessive. These constant displays certainly keep him in the spotlight, but they also open the door to scrutiny. For critics, the question isn't just how much money he has, it's how stable and sustainable that wealth really is behind the public image he projects online.
The Money Man is getting ready. Super Bowl weekend, Las Vegas. We had to get the ones. Make it rain. Yeah. I need everybody. Had girl collection, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the Super Bowl, but whoever win or lose, it don't matter. I need everybody there. Girl collection. Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. made a deliberate choice to avoid hiring a traditional manager, preferring to handle all of his business dealings on his own. This gave him full control over negotiations and decision-making, allowing him to directly capture the rewards of his massive earnings. However, that same independence also comes with drawbacks. Without experienced professional oversight, critics argue he may have been more exposed to risky deals, poor investment choices, and potential financial missteps that a structured advisory team could have helped prevent.
Floyd, he's never had a manager as well, right? He's always negotiated his own deals. Is that what kind of led to his wealth? He didn't have to cut a
It's not that he ain't got a manager, but he has got a manager. So he's can't remember his name now. So he's got a man, an elderly fella that's always with him, and but he does everything goes through him. Everything. Floyd ain't very clever, believe me. But training wise, man's a genius, and it's hard work, dedication. Don't matter how good you are. I mean, I am world class as an athlete, but I never trained like top boys. I just thought, don't worry, because I love a row, and I love the fighting, let's just turn up.
Yeah.
I mean, but after 3-4 rounds, if I ain't knocked you out, got Sting coming at my ass.
I spoke on stage with Floyd Mayweather. We really resonated, and I gave him a hard time because we were in Miami, and I go, dude, I don't watch boxing. That's not my thing. And we chit-chatted about that, and we just spoke about wealth, and we went through the thing. When he stopped boxing, he put so much capital into real estate. He's like, Andy, why didn't anybody tell me this years ago? Because he goes, I'm paying so much in taxes. I don't like the government being my partner. He took all of his money into real estate, and he's like, Andy, I've never had to work so little for so much. He made $100 million in one night. Yeah, the government took half that. Now I make a lot of money, and I never get out of bed.
Joe Rogan suggested that Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s constant display of luxury might reflect something deeper than just celebration of success. With ongoing rumors and speculation about financial pressure, some observers interpret his glamorous social media posts in a different light. What once looked like pure confidence and celebration of wealth is now, to critics, being re-examined as possibly a way to maintain an image. This shift in perception has added to the broader narrative questioning the stability behind the lifestyle he presents to the public.
The person who's been able to do like that is Floyd Mayweather. He's the only guy who's been able to just be balling out of control, flashing money, $1 million watches, a fleet of super expensive cars, and still everybody up.
He does.
He's the only guy. The thing about Floyd is he never lost his discipline.
I don't think he was doing drugs or drinking. He kept his...
Floyd would famously run home from the nightclub. So he would go out in Vegas. He'd be partying. It looked like he's partying. He's drinking water. And then he would have his driver drive, and with his pants on, jeans on, he would jog home. I mean, the dude was always training, never got out of shape.
Dude, the jog home in jeans isn't the torture. The torture is sitting around a bunch of drunk people drinking water in a club. I jog home all night.
Joe Rogan pointed out that the intense mindset of Floyd Mayweather Jr. may have roots in his upbringing, especially the influence of his father and uncle in shaping his competitive nature. That same drive, which helped him dominate boxing, may also extend into how he approaches money and business. According to this interpretation, Mayweather seems to treat wealth building almost like another fight to win, focused on dominance, victory, and constant growth. While that mentality brought him success in the ring, critics suggest it can also create challenges when applied to long-term financial management, where patience and structure matter just as much as ambition.
You just look at boxing in terms of like how often do you get hit versus how often do you hit the other guy. He's the best ever. The way him and his uncle and his father talk, I imagine they were always super competitive from the time they were young.
Yeah.
Like he grew up being they're super competitive. They're competitive about talking shit. They're competitive about all kinds of things. So it's like that hive, like growing up with that all the time and the boxing.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has often spoken about how central money is in his life, even expressing the desire for his children to adopt a similar mindset when it comes to building generational wealth. On paper, the idea of securing long-term financial stability for future generations is widely seen as a positive goal. However, critics argue that his intense focus on wealth accumulation may come at the expense of broader values. They suggest that when money becomes the primary measure of success, it can shape a legacy that is more about material achievement than personal principles or life lessons. This ongoing debate has led many to question what kind of legacy Mayweather will ultimately be remembered for beyond his achievements in boxing.
I've been building generational wealth. Even like when my children, all 4 of my children are adults. And I told them, no more handouts. Because I feel like I'm hurting my children just by I give them money, they go shopping, they put gas in their car, they party, they come back, I need money. I give them money, I buy them houses, I buy them cars. I told them, listen, if you guys go to school or you work in one of my businesses, then you can branch off, get your own business, and I'll put the money up to help you start a business, but I need you guys to take what I've already started and triple and double that, and then I need my grandchildren to come behind you guys and do.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. is well known for his extreme taste in luxury, especially when it comes to high-end watches. Reports of pieces worth millions, alongside many others valued in the thousands, have frequently made headlines and reinforced his image of non-stop extravagance. However, this level of spending also raises concerns among critics about long-term financial balance. Even a massive fortune, they argue, can come under pressure if luxury spending is constant and not carefully managed. Over time, unchecked indulgence can create risks that go beyond image and start affecting financial stability itself.
My most expensive watch that I currently own is 18 million.
One watch.
One watch.
Tell me about your watch collection, dude. You have to have one of the biggest watch collections in the world.
My watch collection, I think I got somewhere upwards of 100 watches, and I got a lot of $1 million watches.
What should I pay for this one? What do you think? You're here for me now. I need some help. Help a little man out, okay?
That watch is a couple $100,000, easy, but it's worth it because it goes up in value. It appreciates, not depreciate.
Dude, how do you buy a $17 million watch?
No, 18.
18, sorry.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has long been presented as a sharp and strategic businessman, but certain aspects of his financial behavior have drawn criticism. Over time, there have been recurring claims about inflated earnings figures and concerns over missed or delayed financial obligations. For critics, these patterns suggest that part of his public image may rely as much on perception as on verifiable financial success. While his achievements in and out of the ring are undeniable, the debate continues over how much of his business reputation is built on solid fundamentals versus carefully managed branding and illusion.
Floyd Mayweather is the most successful boxer in history with a 50-0 record, and one of the wealthiest athletes of all time with $1 billion in earnings. But I bet you didn't know it all started with a $750,000 bet on himself. Here's the wild story. In 2006, Floyd Mayweather was 10 years into his boxing career and earning over $5 million per fight. At the time, Mayweather was signed to Bob Arum's Top-Rank Boxing promotion, a partnership which saw Arum get 25% of Mayweather's fight purse. But Mayweather wanted more, and in 2006, he turned down $8 million to fight Antonio Margarita and said he deserved $20 million to fight Oscar De La Hoya. Arum wasn't happy and wouldn't pay up. So Mayweather paid the $750,000 exit fee in his contract to leave Top Rank. Mayweather then went on to promote his own fights, earning a percentage of every ticket, hot dog, and beer sold at the event, and most importantly, all pay-per-views sold. And just 1 year later in 2007, after leaving Top Rank, Mayweather made $25 million for his win against Oscar De La Hoya. Now that's what happens when you bet on...
Floyd Mayweather Jr. continues to maintain a highly visible presence on social media, even as he approaches 50, frequently showcasing private jets, designer fashion, and stacks of cash. These posts reinforce a carefully curated image centered on luxury and success. However, critics argue that this constant focus on displaying wealth may come with long-term consequences. While the lifestyle projects confidence and dominance, it also raises questions about whether sustaining such an image could place unnecessary pressure on his financial stability over time.
So apparently they caught Floyd capping about buying some apartment buildings in New York. I didn't think it was a big deal. I mean, remember he said he had bought his grandson some property, I think in Manhattan as well too. So honestly, I didn't really, think a lot of this was a big deal. I mean, it kind of, think it's a red flag when you're 50 years old to feel like almost 50 and still gotta flex on social media. But people on social media do what they do best, especially black people try to tear each other down. So people start researching, Angela started researching, and they found out that Floyd was capping. Now Floyd is part of
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has faced criticism in the past for his involvement in promotional activities tied to questionable financial schemes. At one point, he was even restricted from certain types of promotions after allegations surrounding misleading investments and endorsements. Despite that setback, he later re-entered similar high-risk ventures, including a widely discussed NFT campaign involving Kim Kardashian. Critics argue that this pattern raises concerns about his approach to business, suggesting a willingness to prioritize quick profits over long-term reputation and caution. While supporters see it as entrepreneurial risk-taking, others view it as a repeated disregard for potential legal and reputational consequences.
Mr. I don't lose at nothing is back.
Correction, Mr. just got unbanned from scamming is back. This time, he's selling NFTs. Now, I'm going to tell you guys this is an obvious scam if you can just read the signs, but since Floyd can't read, I'm going to explain it to you all by telling you the history of Floyd, Money Mayweather, and crypto. Our story starts in 2018 when Floyd Mayweather was banned for 3 years from promoting securities after scamming his fans with an ICO called Syntratech. He was promoting tons of these ICO scams at the time, and he also narrowly avoided an ICO fraud lawsuit for the same thing under the defense that he wasn't actually influential enough to convince people to buy the scam. And now that it's 2022, his 3-year securities ban is over and he's back to scamming again. He's currently being sued once again for his promotion of Ethereum Max alongside Kim Kardashian, and also has gotten really into NFTs.
That's a wrap for today's video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more updates coming soon.